Okay guys, today what's happening? Well, today is the day that the Ranger gets some new wheels and tires. Yeah, this is more like it. Those wimpy little front tires belong on an ATV, not a UTV. So I'm going to take care of that. Hopefully today. I'm not sure if the rear lugs are long enough to get these aluminum wheels on. I'm not sure about that. I might have to get longer lugs. But you can see here I've got some Bighorn tires. There's 4 there. There's another 2 here. Okay, the reason I went with the Bighorns, first off, I like the Bighorns. That's really what I wanted to go with. And then I just happened to find 4 used Bighorns. These are the older Bighorns. They're 25, 10, 12s. So I found 4 of them, and really good price. So I went for them. 2 of them are really good shape. I'm guessing they must have been on the front maybe. And then 2 are probably not the greatest. This one here has got a plug in it. I gotta fix that. And this here is the worst one, and it's really not that bad. It's a little misshapen. I'm not sure exactly what happened to this one, but these the 2 not so good are gonna go on the middle axle, so it shouldn't make any difference. Should work out okay. Should work out real good actually. And the rims I went with are STI HD Alloys. These are the black ones, and these are real Beadlock. Yes, that is a real Beadlock. There's not a Beadlock on the inside, but yeah, on the inside, but the outside is a real Beadlock. My first experience with Beadlocks sounded like a cool idea when I ordered them. But there is a lot of work involved in mounting up Beadlock wheels. You can get the wheel on the rim easier, but running around the ring, torquing it and everything takes quite a bit of time. So I'll show you that when I do one here. I got 4. I got 2 more to do. So I'll show you what's involved with that. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to install my valve stem. I got these little 1-inchers here. 412s is what they are. I'm going to get these installed. I got this tool that screws onto the valve stem, like where the cap goes. And then you can pull them through. I'm going to use a rag here so I don't scratch my rim. And this tool just pulls the valve stem through. I'm going to do that first so I don't forget to do it later on, because I actually did forget on one of these rims after I had all the beadlocks down and I had to redo it. That was not fun. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these the ring off. This is the only time you're going to see me use the power tool, is to get these off. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go with my air hose and blow out all the holes for the lock ring, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to inspect all these threads in here to make sure they all look good. They all came out good, so I'm guessing they're going to be okay. Okay, the next thing I'm doing, because these are used tires, is I'm doing an inspection, making sure everything looks okay, there's no big cuts, no gouges out of the beads and everything. And then what I'm doing is I'm just taking some soapy water and my little scrubber brush here, and I'm cleaning up the bead, because these are used tires and I just don't want to have any trouble. Okay, with the bead cleaned up, ready to get the tire down onto the rim. These Bighorns, I didn't think they were directional, but they are directional. So make sure they're going on the right way for the right side you're going to be using them on. So I'm just going to take a little tire lube to help me get this over the tire. You don't need much, it's pretty easy. Then you just take it, set it on top of the tire, and kind of work it on there. Should fall right into place just like that. Now we're ready for the ring. Okay, so we got the tire on there, ready for the ring. We're going to set the ring up on there. We're going to line up the holes here, and we're going to start all these bolts by hand. I like to use a little socket to kind of help me get these started. You don't want to use a machine. No power tools here. This is usually the hardest part, is getting these first couple in. Like I said, the first two are the hardest. That was not easy. I don't know why they don't want to go in, but just got to get it lined up right. Then they just fall into place here. Okay, they're all hand tight. Now I'm going to get my torque wrench out. Okay, now I got my torque wrench. This is an inch-pound torque wrench. You're going to want to use a good quality torque wrench. This is a Craftsman's. I don't know if I trust a Harbor Freight one. But we're going to do 5 foot-pounds here. And we're just going to start tightening these bolts up in a crisscross pattern. I guess they call it a star pattern. Just trying to tighten these up evenly right now. You're not trying to torque them. You can feel them snugging up. And after you do a few, you kind of get the feel for it, of what they need. But every time you tighten one, you kind of loosen the other ones around it a little bit. So this is a very, very time-consuming process. I can see why people want to cheat and use a power tool. But the reason you don't want to tighten these up fast, the whole idea here is to tighten these up evenly all the way around. That's the whole idea of this. And you can feel them start to snug it up. And this is an inch-pound torque wrench, so it ain't gonna, you wouldn't want to use a big old torque wrench to tighten these on. And right now I got it set to 5 foot-pounds. That's the first torque setting you want to go at. It's 5 foot-pounds. These are supposed to end at 10 foot-pounds. But right now I'm just set at 5 foot-pounds, and that's 60 inch-pounds because there's 12 inch-pounds in every foot-pound. So. There's nothing fast about this process here. I guess the more you did of these wheels like this, you might be able to go faster. But this is my first set, so this is how I'm going to do it. I do not want to strip these bolts out. These are tiny little bolts going into aluminum. They're actually 6mm standard pitch, I believe is what they are. Or standard thread, they're not a fine. The bolt I'm not worried about. It's the aluminum it's going into. Okay, there'll come a point where you'll feel the bolt start snugging up, and you can feel the 5 foot-pound click happening pretty quickly. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to the 10 foot-pound, which is 120 inch-pounds. So now we got 10 foot-pounds on the wrench. And I'm just going to go around and just kind of tighten them up evenly. If the wrench don't click, then I just we'll go around once here before we get her to click probably. So. Okay, and after you've gone around here about 1,000,000 times, seems like anyway, all your bolts should be torqued down to 10 foot-pounds. Yeah, is this the difficult way to do it? Probably, but this is the way I've done it here, and it works out good for me. I've done 5 rims now and haven't damaged any of them, so I'm feeling pretty confident. That's they're all the 10 foot-pounds. Now got to air it up, seat the bead in the back, and we got one tire mounted. Like I said, these bead locks, they are not as easy as one would think. Okay, so we're going to lube up the back of the bead here. to hopefully allow this thing to seat the bead pretty easily. You can never have too much lube here. So, we'll give her a try here, hopefully. Now the bead don't need to be seated on the front because it's a beadlock. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let all the air out, and then I'll set it to the pressure I'm going to set it to. It says on the thing, it says 12 psi for a UTV, but well, I don't know what I'm going to run yet. So stay tuned, guys, to actually see these wheels and tires bolted on the Ranger. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.